Page 14, Minuetto. A minuetto is just a small minuet. To me, that's all it means. That's true. 3/4 time. Well, okay, if a minuet's in 3/4 time, a minuetto's going to be in 3/4 time also. No sharps or flats in here. Going to take this one hand at a time. You're starting out in the right hand, the fourth finger here. Put you here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, half notes get 2 beats. And then eighth notes, 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1, 2. That's okay until you get down to the last line. Look out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and. They put in a triplet. They're tricky. Triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. There's different ways of counting triplets, but however you do it is fine. But right there in the last two measures at the bottom, 1 and 2, 1. So 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Left hand, you're starting out thumb here. 1, 2, 3, just quarter notes. Dotted half notes the same as 3 quarter notes. So in here it gets 3 counts because a quarter note gets counted. Go down to the third line. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and eighth notes. See, I don't do the 1 and 2 and all the time. I only do it when I need it because I'm too lazy to do it all the time. So it's set on measure 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Put the hands together, okay. 1. See, this gets tricky because you're using different fingers at the same time, and that can cause problems for people like me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3. So work this out. So you got hands together. And then go back and put in this phrasing, the slurs, the right hand, the whole first line you connect it, and at the end of the first line, lift up before you go to the second line. Just a little lift, just a little lift. For the left hand, there's nothing marked for the first 2 lines, so just connect everything in the left hand. Here I'm lifting up here, but not here. You could lift both hands. But we need to be developing the ability to do different things in the hands at the same time. So I encourage my students at this level to be starting this. And so here you lift up in the right hand, but not the left. So the last measure, the first line is here. Lift up here, but not here. Now when you get to the end of the second line here, whether you repeat or not doesn't matter. You lift up in the right hand because it's the end of a slur. You're going to start a new one. In the left hand, in this case, you have to lift up because it's the same note. You're playing the same note again. Otherwise, I wouldn't lift up the left hand here either. Now when you get to the third line, now there's no slurs in the left hand except for the eighth notes. I'm not sure why he chose to do that, but I'm going to encourage you to lift up before and after the slur. In the left, this is measure 10. Here, lift up, lift up. So before and after that, here. And the right hand, here both hands are lifting up. Lifting up separately. It's good practice. Dynamic wise, they don't give you much. You get a moderately loud and MF at the first, and then in the third line there's a soft piano for a couple measures, and then a moderately soft, and then a moderately loud. This is more for the right hand than the left. Do the best you can, but if you can start thinking about playing one hand louder than the other, I encourage you to do that. We want to hear this. This is a secondary. We want to hear the right hand here. So if you can play, put a little more weight on the right hand and lay off the left. We want to hear the right hand. And so whatever you think moderately loud is, I don't know, it's sort of loud. And then when you get down to measure 9, now you're soft. That's the right hand. The left hand needs to be very soft. A little louder here. And finally in the last line, you're back up to moderately loud in the right hand. Keep the left hand soft if you can. Just something I'm encouraging you. A lot of teachers at this level don't teach this. They just play the hands the same, don't worry about it. But I like to push you. So I don't know how much you're struggling to get through these. So if you're really struggling with it, don't worry about trying to play one hand louder than the other. But if you're getting it pretty well, then be thinking about controlling how loud you're playing each hand. You want to hear the melody wherever it is. It could be in either hand. Yeah. So wherever that is, that's what needs to be brought out a little bit. Now you have repeat signs in this, so you're going to play the first 2 lines twice, because there's a repeat sign at the end of the second line. You go back, and then the last 2 lines are surrounded by repeat signs, so you're going to play those twice. So the piece is actually twice as long as it looks. That's okay. Speed-wise, it's a minuet. Now you can have slow minuets and fast minuets and all that. Somewhere in the middle. Just what do you think of nice? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whatever speed you think a minuet would go. Now keep in mind accuracy is more important than speed, so it's got to be accurate first, and you can gradually speed it up over time. I would like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do the dynamics, but I will do the repeats. We'll do the whole thing. So I'll give us 3 counts. So let's just do it together slowly. 1, ready, go. Repeat. Repeat.